to my channel. I thought I would start a Booktube channel and that the best way to do that would be with the Booktube Newbie Tag. So let's get started. The first question is, why did you start this channel? And I think like most people who start a Booktube channel, I don't have a lot of people in my regular life to talk about books with, so I thought this would be a good way to find some people to talk about the books that I've read with and maybe find some sort of community. The next question is, what are some fun and unique things that you can bring to Booktube? And I think everyone has got their, if you really get into it, that like hyper-specific reading taste. Everyone has a pretty unique one of those, and I like to look at Booktube for people who like the same books that I do, so I think I would contribute a unique perspective just like everyone else, which sort of makes it not unique, but oh well. And we got Doppler here. I don't think I've seen any other booktubers with parrots, so that could be fun too. What are you most excited for about this channel? I would like to find some people to talk to about books. I think that's one of the most exciting things, and I think the second one is like to learn editing and have a creative outlet. That could be fun too. The fourth question is, why do you love reading? And that's such a hard question to answer, but I mean, I feel like it's the best way to really experience someone else's perspective, especially compared to like movies and TV shows. I think books just really lets you get into a character's head. And I read a lot of fantasy, so there's, you know, things can happen in books that can't happen in real life, and I think authors are really able to showcase their creativity and just explore so many cool ideas, and I really love that. What book or series got you into reading? And wow, I don't really know. I think I started reading in like kindergarten, start of first grade, somewhere around there. One of the first books I got was this one. It's in Swedish. It's called Sandvargen, and it's about a girl who finds a wolf made out of sand, and she gets to know this this creature. Once I started reading, I just read everything that I could get my hands on. Then I moved to the US after that, and like later elementary school, one of the series I really got into was The Guardians of Gahul, which is a book series about owls. You can see where my love of birds came from. So that was a great time. Later in like middle school, high school, I read a lot of Tamara Pierce, Dragon Riders of Pern, things like that. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy was another series that I really loved. I had a period where I was reading the old Greek comedies. I don't know where that came from, but that was interesting too. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers is the next question. And I think after I got done fangirling, I would just ask like, I think more practical questions like, how do you edit? How do you get those like new ideas? I don't read that many books, so you don't want to end up just talking about the same things every time. Just ask them for like tips. What challenges with starting a booktube channel do you think will be the hardest to overcome? And I think it's just that I'm pretty awkward, and I really don't like listening to my own voice, so I think that will be a hard part with editing and just getting that right balance between rambling and like just not saying anything and yeah, keeping it interesting and coherent, I think will be a challenge. When did you start reading? I think I've answered this already, but yeah, like kindergarten, first grade, somewhere around that time, my best friend started learning how to read, and he told me, and I went home to my mom and was like, Mom, gotta learn how to read. And after that, I just got really into it. Where do you read is the next question. And I think I mostly just read on the couch, sometimes at my desk here at the kitchen table, in my bed. Mostly just at home. I find it hard to concentrate in other places. So yeah. And the final question is, what kind of books do you like to read? And I think we've talked about this a little bit, but fantasy mostly. T. Kingfisher and Terry Pratchett are some of my favorite authors that I'm currently reading. I read a little bit of sci-fi. Ursula Le Guin is like a favorite there. I do read classics. I have this project where I have a list of famous classics and I'm reading through them in chronological order. So I started out reading a lot of like ancient Greek and Roman stuff. And I just recently finished The Tale of Genji. That was a long and wild ride. And I think next year it's gonna be mostly like European, medieval, Renaissance stuff. Excited to get into that. And I've recently started reading Agatha Christie mysteries. I think that could be a cool video, doing a vlog where I talk about like who I'm suspecting of being the murderer as I read the book. That's about it. Sometimes I read a nonfiction book, but it doesn't really happen that often. So yeah, let me know if you guys have read any of these books that I've talked about. If you read the Guardians of the Gahul series when you were little. I don't think I've met a lot of people who've read it. And yeah, if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask them in the comments, and I hope to see you in my next video.